Hello, my name is Vexen, and I am going to tell you about my new data pack. Well, I'm going to give you a review of my data pack. It isn't exactly new. I finished it actually quite a while ago, just been testing it for a while. It's called Origins Superhero Overhaul. Now, you can find it here at this website right here on CurseForge, or you can find it in other places. Or to install it, you just hit this download datapack button, and then you put it into a datapack folder. Or you could download this CurseForge profile quickly made up here. I'll put the link to it in like a Dropbox or something, I don't know. But it should be in the description to get this CurseForge profile that already has everything set up for you. It has global packs, which allows you to easily install it in all your worlds. So, let me show it off for you. Once you got it running, you can just go ahead and select the data pack, move it in, and you got it. Remember to get the most recent version though. If you want to get newer versions or make sure you have the right version, you can just check my Discord, and within a certain section it should have all the versions of it and the newest version. So let's get started, shall we? Let me show you off my cool ass data pack, shall we? Now this should take a second. Loading. Here we are. Now, as you can see, we got this playstyle. When you join the game, you have access to 5, I think 6 actually, playstyles. Attack, defense, support, challenge, small, and any. Now, attack means you will get a superpower relating to attacking. Defense, you defend yourself or others. Support, well, more like defend yourself mostly. Support, you support others, include others. It's actually the most diverse playstyle. It has a lot of different superpowers in it. Challenge, you get powers that really challenge you. Small, you get something small that is or easy to understand. It also has some, yeah. And then there's any, which can be literally anything. So yeah, let's go with attack for now. Now, when you join the game, you get a book explaining everything, given links to where you can get it if you want to play with it, in case it's on the server or something. And this data pack is made for server compatibility. Now, once you're in the game, you can do a few things. Ooh. I didn't set my keybinds, that's embarrassing. There. Oh, wait. Also, the activate tab. And don't need that. Alright. Now that's up. Let's see our power. We got strength. Common. Of course, the the creator always gets the bad stuff. Yeah, Great always gets the bad stuff. Strength. Now, for every single superpower, there's a rarity. Common, uncommon, rare, and epic. This right here denotes its actual chance of getting it. This right here can also show you whether or not a power is one of a kind if the chance does not match up. Low means it's a common power normally, but if it's a uncommon power, that means it's one of a kind. A one of a kind power is a power that only one person per world can have. So, and once the player no longer has it, it's open again. Or if the player stays offline for a month. So there's that. As I said, this data pack is made for servers. Let me give you some more interesting powers. This one, you gain +6 melee damage. For admins, there's this trigger command called number 1, give custom items, which gives you chests full of every single unique item added. Number 2, there's op menu. Op menu, which gives you a menu to enable settings and such. And then last of all, there's the list power IDs and set power. This allows you to set yourself to whatever superpower you want. You also get a little rarity and chance of each power, as you can see, by hovering over them. So let's say I want Gold Touch. Gold Touch is actually a pretty cool power. You set that, and now you have Gold Touch, which is an epic power. Anything you touch turns to gold. And I mean anything. Sides of blocks, you turn them to gold. Tops of blocks, when you bump your head on them, they turn to gold. Now, this could be a very annoying power at times, because a wooden sword becomes a golden sword, or a netherite sword becomes a golden sword. So it's very annoying. But there is some, as well as that, anytime you left click a block, you turn to this, which means crafting tables, they're a bit more annoying to use. But if you have an item in your hand, you can no longer turn things to gold. So you can use a crafting table if you got an item in your hand. Which is pretty cool, I must say. Then there's armor, which also does the same goldy change thing. It actually keeps all its enchantments whenever it changes. So let me just give it an enchantment. So I'm not prepared for this, you know. And if I stick this on, it keeps its enchantment. It also keeps its name. Anyway, so yeah. Another bonus for you is that a golden pickaxe can mine anything for you. It's just slow. Like, it still has the same speed of a golden pickaxe, it's just it can mine anything. Including obsidian. So that's way you don't need a diamond pickaxe. All you need is gold and you're good. Which means wooden tools means you upgrade immediately. But downside is you can't have really good damage since golden swords do 4 attack damage and netherite swords do 8, so. But the good thing is that you have the ability to stop yourself from changing things. For example, if I stick on boots, I no longer change what I step on to gold. But I still do walls. But pants, only the top block. Shirt, none of those, but I still do the top block. And helmet, nothing. So you can effectively make yourself a protective suit. Now, here comes the kind of OP part. Let me get yeah, you can turn mobs to gold. For example, I just turned that guy into gold. Let me summon a wither. He's now gold. He has no AI. Game mode survival. Won't give a shit. Yeah, that's what I mean by... So, yeah. However, players are different. If you try and punch a player, nothing will happen to them, really. Well, it will happen to them. I'll show you here what I mean. They have a chance of turning into gold. And when they turn into gold, they have the same effect as this, except they die within a few minutes. So, but if a mob is wearing armor, for example, if I just summon a zombie wearing armor. Let me explain it better. If you're wearing no armor, there's a 100% chance if you get punched, you turn to gold. Boots, a 75%. Or 3/4. A half 50% chance. 25% chance. 0% chance. So basically, the more armor you have on, the harder it is for you to turn to gold. However, there's one downside. Whenever you get punched by this dude, your armor turns to gold. So that means your crazy powerful netherite armor, boom, it's gone. So that's Gold Touch, but it's an epic power. It's also one of a kind, because its rarity, its chance doesn't match its rarity. This is a level 3, meaning it should be an uncommon, but it's actually epic, because it's one of a kind, meaning only one player in the world can have it. Anyway, that's that guy. Let's go to Spider! Yeah, I know. It's uncommon, so it's not that bad. But Spider here has some unique abilities. Number 1, press primary. You press secondary, you can produce string. So that's 1. Why isn't this working? Let's see here. Yeah, you gotta crouch. You're able to climb on walls, including on ceilings. If you got gravity changer installed. For some reason, gravity changer's not working for this guy. Maybe it's because it got the version wrong. Well, regardless, if you have gravity changer, it's even cooler because it does stuff like this. Whenever you walk on a wall, it does stuff like that. But for some reason, it's not working for me. I think it's because it got the version of the gravity changer wrong. Whatever. Anyway, Power 3 is glowing. It's very boring. It makes you glow to everyone except yourself. I know. I just couldn't be bothered to make yourself glow. 4, big. Now, I'm big. Also, I'm a bit slower, but I do more damage. I'm not sure exactly how much. You're able to reach much farther, too. So, that's big for you. Then there's 5, small. The exact reverse. Great thing about this one is you can't take fall damage as this one. Then there's 6, leather skin. It makes it so you gain the same armor as leather. So basically it's like you're wearing leather armor all the time. And it also stacks on top of regular armor. So if I wear netherite, it would be netherite. It would be like, for the helmet, it would be plus 3 armor, plus 1. So, yeah, it's pretty good. But there's higher levels. This one's a really common power. 7 is wings, which is uncommon. It's actually really fun, this one. Let me show you. Fly, and you're able to do that. That's primary for you. It launches you really fast. There's also flapping, as they call it. Let me just... I'm a little bit out of practice. Let me just fly up so I can show you better. You're able to flap to speed up. Also, it's based off what direction. So forward makes it go forward faster. Backward makes it take a stop pretty much instantly, but costs a lot more hunger. Up makes it go up faster. Left makes it actually bounce left a bit. Right is the same thing. And then there's the primary, which launches you faster than a firewall. Quite literally. Made sure it's faster. Let's turn that down. So yeah, really fast. Also, you literally cannot die from hitting a wall. You do get hurt, so you just get left on half a heart. So yeah. That's wings. So next up is 8, which is 0 gravity. Which I'm just holding W here. You float. That's the first thing you'll notice. This one's actually a really cool power to be able to be used for lots of things. When you press W, move forward, backwards, left, right. Great thing about this is it's dependent on what direction you're looking. If I look up, I go and press forward, I go up. Backwards is the same thing. Left and right, you can't even tell. I believe it doesn't change anything with them. And then you also can press space and crouch too. You can also sprint and go much faster. Beyond that, yeah. So that's 0 gravity, but that's basic controls. You also got ability, primary, which sends out this wave. Now let me just quickly get something, like a pig, for example. And then let me get leads. And then some splash potions, you know. Why not? So if I get a pig and I activate it, the pig floats too. Then I can deactivate it. Then I can activate it again. Then I can activate it. Great thing, you're great for animal transport, let's just say. It works on all mobs, pretty much. You did. And then it also works for potions, too. It works on anything. Allows for a lot of emergent gameplay, let's say. Like, for example, setting up bombs in the air, and then flying over to them, deactivating them, and letting them fall to the ground. That's one use. Besides that, yeah. There's actually quite a few secret things you can do with this. Like, for example, did you know boats don't stop moving upwards and downwards if they have 0 gravity? That's just a few examples of what you could do with this. Like, for example, you could launch up a chest boat way up past the world limit, then fly to it and hide items there. There's many things you can do with this guy. I quite like him a lot. He's one of my favorite because he has a lot of emergent gameplay. Speaking of which, he also has something else called Power Powder, which you can get by getting Blaze Powder. If you hold Blaze Powder, and press primary, it turns into Power Powder with the power of gravity. Now, when you're a normal player with no power, and you left click it, you recreate their power. Only some powers actually have the ability to make power powder. And beyond that, there's also something called a power crystal you can craft. Yeah, power crystals you can craft. If you look in a crafting table, search power crystal. You can craft it with surrounding an end crystal with blaze powder, and you get a power crystal with nothing. You can also get this book here for the introduction book again, if you'd like it. Now the power crystal, you simply hold it, and you have a power that can actually be turned into power crystals. You can see it within the description. Power powder and power crystal, see? And then you press primary, and you make a power crystal for gravity. You place the power crystal, and it can be fed blaze powder. Like so. It can even absorb stacks. Now, once the power crystal stores up 64 blaze powder, it recreates your ability. This pig is now 0 gravity. They do explode, so be careful. That's a power crystal for you. Let me see, is there any other power powders I missed? Yeah, that's it for now. let's go to 9. Red Eyes. Red Eyes is one that is only really useful on servers. You press primary, and you lock eyes with something, specifically players, and it'll disable their abilities. This is primarily useful on servers, so you look at a player, you press primary, and you stay locked onto them, and then you can press primary again to unlock them. And while you're looking at them, their power's disabled, and they can't use it whatsoever. Now, you can also craft power crystals. Now, power crystals for Red Eyes, what they do is they disable all powers within their range. So if I change myself to 2, that's not one it can disable. 1, gold touch, not one it can disable. 3, glowing. Yeah, glowing. Let me show you again. Makes it. What's going on with that? Oh, yeah. You need to fuel it. It takes blaze powder again. So what if it has fuel? It'll start glowing red. Well, doing red. Not working. That's embarrassing. Well, worked on server. I was testing on. That's them. I'm pretty sure they do work. I don't know what's going on. Maybe it's because it's single player. I mean, I worked on this thing for 3 fucking months. So that's just embarrassing. There's also the glowing power crystal, which is the last power crystal. It makes all within a certain radius of it glow. As you can see, this one works perfectly. It's quite useful for basic, and so is Red Eyes if it works. Beyond that, there's also... Oh, let me just go ahead and go to 10. Iron Skin. Iron Skin is literally the same as Leather Skin, except with iron. You have the armor of a full iron armor all the time. And you also get a little ironer. You change color a little bit, but it's hard to notice with iron because it's pretty much white. 11. Diamond Skin. Rare. It's actually... Yeah, it's same as Iron Skin, except with diamonds. Pretty simple. 12. Stun. You press primary, and you shoot a stun ball. If a player gets hit with it... yeah, it's quite disorienting it. Not only does it do that, it also disables all sounds. For example, if I get a bell... and 2 observers... and I slash myself. It's gone. No sound. You can still walk and everything while you're stunned. You just can't see anything. For mobs, it does something entirely different. It freezes them midair. Well, basically it freezes them. That's what it does with mobs. Also, you can spam it. And you can also stick it in bubble columns, too, which means you can set traps with it. It's a pretty useful ability. Then there's 13, which is Weaken. When you press primary, you weaken all within 25 blocks. So, if you press primary, everybody within 25 blocks just then gained weakness. And whenever you punch someone, it makes someone very, very weak. It's hard to see because I don't have particles for it. Now with 14, you got Strengthen. When you press primary, all entities within 25 blocks strengthen. It also has a really long cooldown since it gives strength too. Something like that. I don't know. Then there's 15. Strength. We've seen that one. It was the one I got when I randomized it. So you gain plus 6 damage. 16. Healing. Which is basically the same as weakening except for healing. When pressing secondary, you slowly heal all within 15 blocks. It doesn't affect you, though. Active healing. By pressing primary, you heal whoever you are looking at. So, as you can see, quite the dramatic effect of that one. It also has pretty much unlimited range, or maybe it doesn't, I don't remember. And he healed. So yeah, that's healing. Now 17 is Blizzard. This one will not be found in earlier versions because I replaced projectile control with Blizzard. It was an old power that used to exist, but it no longer does it because, yeah. Number 1, you got Primary, which shoots an ice bolt, as I call it. It's actually quite powerful. Yeah. Then you got your Blizzard ability. As you hold it down more, you slowly create a blizzard around you that's more powerful. It also turns water to ice and actually gives mobs an effect. When you let go of it, it'll activate that bar down there. You're charging up. While it's active, you make mobs cold, and they eventually freeze. And as you can see, that bar down there is slowly going down. Also, your ice arrows do the same thing. But, you know, they're pretty good at killing things. It allows you to walk on water, too, so. They're also always shaking and cold, I think. Yeah, as you can see, does that. Pressing wrong key. Yeah, I am. Oh, wait, no, I ain't. Yeah, so I hold shift and secondary and it increases the blizzard's timer. So yeah, there's Blizzard. It's a pretty simple one, though it is a little bit, especially the snow thing. I don't like that snow thing, but I can't exactly find a way to fix it currently. 18. Space manipulation, one of my favorites. You press primary, you teleport wherever you're looking, no matter the distance. So over there, I teleport. Over there, I teleport. Over there, I teleport. If you're not looking at anything in particular, just teleport 50 blocks in the direction you're looking. Which means... yeah. It also disables fall damage. So if I go into game mode survival, and I just fall down... no fall damage, you know? Just makes sense. It's also really versatile. Let me just get some blocks here. Number 1, if you are looking at a pillar and you teleport to it, you teleport on top of it. So that happens. Number 2, if it's sideways pillar, if you're looking at the side of it, you teleport to the side of it. Same thing with flat walls. You teleport to the side of them unless you're looking at the very tops, in which you teleport to the tops of them. If there is no room above it, or to the side of it, well, there was still technically room to the side of it, you can't teleport at all. It makes sure there's no blocks in the way, too. So if there's a block in the way, you won't be able to teleport to there. It's really good with a spyglass, because then you can aim. For example, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. Pretty simple. Then there's your secondary ability, which I call, like, leap or something. I don't know. Forget what it's called. Short range teleport. Wait, no, that's that one. Blink. Yeah, it's a blink. So you press secondary, you blink 10 blocks in whatever direction you're placed. It also allows you to see the effect you produce whenever you teleport. Including down. It works for down as well. And up. So if you want to get down somewhere, well, if there's actually a down spot. Let's see here, a good spot where this will work. Not many. Ah, right there. So let's say I want to go down. Oh, I'm down. Up. Down. Up. Up. Down, down, down. No more. Oh, it got even deeper. Let's head back up. Nothing. No way there. Anyway, yeah, there's that. It's a pretty cool ability. Then there's two other things with this. Like I said, this is one of my more complicated ones. You need these three keys. Highlight spectators, highlight players, spectators. Load and save hotbar are the two other keys. So, let me just reread the controls for this one. If you press highlight spectators, you open up this menu. You can also use it with the /trigger command, waypoint menu. You save a waypoint with that. You cycle back and forth by pressing those keys. The save and load keys. You press those to do that. Save. One sec. Tag. There we go. So, load makes a new waypoint, or teleports to it. Whatever you're cycled on. Load, save. Alright. So, load will make a new waypoint. You're able to cycle with shift. You're able to select a waypoint to give you the position and the colors, the dimension. Then you teleport to it with load. No matter the distance, it works. Then save updates its position. So, for example, I'm running off a cliff. Haha, bitch! You can't get me! Oh no! Oh, he's gonna kill me! Better teleport back. And you're gone. Yeah, so very versatile, that aspect. If you hold shift, you can cycle it. If you cycle to new, by trying to make a new waypoint, you can make new waypoints at will. It also remembers your rotation, but that isn't as important. You can also rename waypoints. But it's based off the item you're holding. So if you grab an anvil and rename the spyglass here to home, for example, and hold it, then you run. Then you click the rename button. It renames it to home. It's quite a versatile ability. Then there's your last thing, which is if you hold shift and spectator outline, you start charging up an ability. It looks like this to you, but for everybody else it looks different. And look where I am. Negative 15 million, 19 million. It can literally teleport you anywhere. And by anywhere, I mean anywhere. It can teleport you to the nether, to the end. But of course, it requires you to have the advancements of going to those dimensions. Oh, by the way, when you have my datapacks installed, it shows them in here. If you have the advancement for going to the end, it will allow you to teleport to the end. If you have gone to the nether before, you can teleport to the nether before. You can even teleport into caves. But after you teleport, you get weakness 10 and slowness 2 for an entire Minecraft day. And you can't do it again for like a while. For like an entire Minecraft day. So you're stuck wherever you've randomly teleported to. It's good for getting away, though. But you're already good at getting away with that. And that's basically it for this power. Let's move on. Game mode creative. And let's change my power again. 19. Parkour Master. This one's a common power. Number 1, it increases your running speed. If you sprint, and whenever you jump, you can increase your speed. And it actually kind of stacks up. So you can go pretty fast. You also got step assist automatically. You can also climb, like, wall jump, kinda. Let me show you here. So, let me just show you. You can toggle it with primary. Also, if you hold space, you're entirely immune to fall damage. So, yeah, you're basically a parkour master. You do have a stamina right there, and if the stamina runs out, you start to fall down the wall. It gets annoying at times, the wall running, which is why you can press primary to disable it. Or primary again to enable it. Also, when you're wall running, you can press space to jump off the wall and launch yourself in the opposite direction of the wall. For example, let me just get a good aim on this. Kinda. It's hard to do sometimes. Yeah, that was one. Anyway, yeah, it takes some skill to master. Number 20 is Giant. It's an epic one. It's actually found in the challenge. Number 1, you're Giant. You can one-punch. Yeah, you got to do a lot of damage. Items are very small in hand, like the actual normal size of an item. For your size. You can press primary to enable big block mode, as I call it. When you're in big block mode, if I go into survival, since it works better in survival, No, yours also that health thing. Oh, I know what it is. If you got an empty hand, you do more damage. So you press primary for big block mode, then you can punch a block, and pick it up again. This works like that. Please note, if the block is exactly the same, they stack, but if they are not exactly the same, they don't. But that's alright for you. Also, you can sometimes delete blocks. Like, delete areas using the placing button. But, you know, this is why it's a one of a kind. Because actually breaking these blocks actually do cause a lot of lag. But it's not too bad, honestly. I'll show you what admins can do if you want to disable one of these guys, any of the superpowers, later, but here we are. That's giant. Basics of giant, anyway. You're also literally immune to all status effects. Wither, instant health, because potions are too small. That's my reasoning. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Sometimes difficult to attack them. Anyway, that's giant for you. You also jump really tall, you know. You also got a lot of defense. You pretty much have diamond armor. Anyway. 21. Oh. I'm in survival mode. When you're in survival mode, you can't use that command. 21. Ah! Reverse gravity. Also, effects clear. Why do I have fucking slowness? I don't know. Well, reverse gravity basically does that. Like, seriously. Hmm. Why do I got infinite slowness? Seriously. One sec. Sorry for the unprofessionalism. That's clear. Oh, I know how to figure it out. Trigger, op menu. Oh, it's because I'm apparently gold covered somehow. I know it seems glitchy, but it wasn't. I tested on the server for like a few months. What's going on? Power list then. Nothing. Why do I have fucking slowness? Ah. Lost origin. That is powers. I don't know. Whatever. Let's see if it fixes itself. If I go to 22. Oh. Yeah. Oh, let's move on to 22. This one is called Waterlight. I'm really annoyed by that thing. Why are you here? One sec, I'm gonna pause the video and fix this. Well, regardless, this is power 21. It's called reverse gravity. It makes it so gravity is literally reversed for you. You fall upwards, pretty much. You also spawn with a leaf block, and if you fall too far, you die to the void. I believe it's like negative one, positive 1,000. Somewhere around there. Yeah. Oh, it's gone! Hey! Alright. All I need to do is die. That's nice. Anyway, that's number 21. Trigger, set power, set 22. Oh, shit, I need water. Yeah, this is water-like. You're water-like, number 1. You look like this. Whenever you're in water, you stay normal size. Out of water, you start decreasing in size. If you decrease too much, you die. Well, even creative players die if they get too small. So, get really small, I think. So, I believe it's like less than 1 pixel. Oof. There we go. When you're in water, you grow until you're normal sized. You have a lot of the abilities of the Merling. Number 1, you're transparent, and you become even more transparent once you're fully submerged. It's basically impossible to see you above water, and pretty hard to see you underwater, but it's not impossible. Which means you can hide. You also swim very fast. This is a challenge power, by the way. You gain the ability to be on land when it's raining and when you have a water breathing potion. So if I just splash myself with water breathing. Then I will no longer shrink. Or if it's raining, I will no longer shrink. So number 23. Weapon for efficiency. This one's a pretty good one. Swords, axes, and tridents. Alright. So with weapons proficiency, first of all, you get a damage, knockback, and attack speed boost, and your crits do 2 times more damage. So basically, general stat boosts. And second of all, you got special abilities when holding specific weapons. For example, whenever you attack when dual-wielding swords, you get strength 2. Whenever you press primary with an axe, you get launched and get strength 2. will get strength. Whenever you hold a trident, it does the same thing except farther and I think stronger. Yeah. And that's basically weapon proficiency. 24. Redstone merging. This one's a pretty good one, but some people say their computers can't handle it for some reason. I don't know. This one requires redstone, obviously enough. Number 1. Let's do this. This. I just need to set up something for you to see. Number 1, if you're nearby redstone, you get positive effects. The more redstone you're near, the higher level the effects. Near 100 redstone pieces. So basically, the more redstone around you that's activated, the more powerful you become. This only includes, like, active redstone. If this was not powered, no effects. That's the first effect. Number 2 is this. Let me just grab some arrows. Control click it. There. Number 1, you look at a piece of redstone, and you press primary, you enter it. And then you can go through it. If it's unpowered, you're free to move. You can't exit it, though. Whenever you're within something like a note block or a lamp, you activate it as you move through it. You can also activate it manually with left click. Same thing with lights. Then when you enter active redstone, you can only go one direction. I can't move backwards. I can't move backwards. I can't move backwards, so on. So you can only move one way in active redstone. You can exit. If you try and exit something that has an inventory, if I go into survival mode here and try and exit, I go out of it. So if you're in a piston or a dispenser, you go out in the direction the piston dispenser's going. If you're on active redstone, you can just exit it and you're fine. If you exit and when you're in a repeater or something out, a way out, you get damaged. If you try and exit from a note block, you break the note block. Things like that. So, it's quite a versatile power, honestly. You can go through pretty much all pieces of redstone. Actually, there is some limits, but those limits are very niche. But you can pretty much go through all redstone systems. That's your ability. So, number 25, I'm in survival mode. Game mode. Creative. 25. No jumping. It's a challenge power. You can't jump. I'm pressing space. Well, you can fly, but you can't jump. Number 26, even more extreme. Broken legs. You can sprint jump. This is sprint jumping. But you can't walk, you can't jump. It's called... yeah, that's a challenge power, so hope you don't get it, because it's epic. So it's very rare. Then there's hyper regeneration, which basically makes it so your regeneration is very fast, and also so it never goes away, even when you're hungry. Number 2, you cannot die. You just enter a state of death temporarily, and then eventually come back to life. For example, game mode survival. I summon the husk. And he kills me. It's actually quite difficult for him to kill me because of my hyper regeneration. Yeah, you enter a death. And then you gotta wait for this timer to finish before you become back to life. While you're like this, you're entirely invisible. You can't do damage, people can't attack you, you can't attack them. Nobody can sense your existence, and it even says in chat you were slain by something. And how you died. So, it's very convincing. Though you can't see during this phase. Let me just set myself to creative here. And then just... Yeah, it's actually quite difficult to remove it even when you're in creative mode. There we go. So yeah, that's that. Mobs will still know where you are, but players won't. So that's hyper regeneration. You get very fast regeneration that never goes away, and you can never die, really. The only way to die is from the void, because you have to die then. Number 28. Size control. This one's actually really good. I got a lot of likes on it from the server I was testing on. You can grow, first of all, up to a size of slightly bigger than the giant, and you can shrink all the way to the size of way smaller than the inchling. Well, the small guy. Actually, you can get to the size of 2 pixels. While super small, you get slow falling and strength. While super big, you get strength. By the way, it's pretty much impossible to get back to a size of 1 once you left it. So, good luck always being slightly short or slightly taller from a normal person. You also become very fast when you're big, so there's that too. You also do have strength too, so, you know. Let's move on to 29. Which is Battle Glory. This one's basically a mix of both strengthening and weakening, all together in one. So, primary, you strengthen everybody within 25 blocks. Secondary, you weaken, and then you got punch weakening. So it's basic, but slightly weaker than the strengthening and weakening power. 30, Fire Breath. I like this one a lot. You got primary, which shoots 100% accuracy fireballs. So let me just grab a spyglass here, just to show you how accurate it is. That's how accurate it is. And then you got secondary, which produces a fire breath. For some reason, it isn't wanting to light up things. I'm not sure why it's not lighting things on fire. Is that a glitch? Oh god, don't tell me it's a glitch. I don't want more glitches. Alright. Anyway, that's fire breath. 31, earthbending. This one's really good. It's actually really popular. It's actually really fun to fight with. This one's actually very diverse. Number 1, you're able to do that. Bring things up. Then we go to this place where the ground is more solid. Here. You can bring things up. You can bring things down. You need to be in survival to perform this move. You can launch blocks. When you bring blocks up, it does it 4 at a time. You need an empty hand to do your moves. See, it brings up 4 at a time, so you're never losing any blocks. The blocks do different amounts of damage and have different properties depending on which block they are. And also, the upper move actually does that. And if you land on sand or blocks of that nature, you take a way less fall damage. So, that's permanent, by the way, so it doesn't change back. Anyway, this one can get quite messy. There's also running and punching, which only works good on flat surfaces. Brings up 3 at a time. Can be good if you want to launch yourself up suddenly. I believe you have to crouch in order to survive it. I don't know. I don't know why the sand thing's not happening anymore. But that's that. It's actually a really diverse one. Obsidian, by the way, is the best block to fire at people because it does a lot of damage. That's about that. And then we got 32. Crafting Master. This one is a power that is really necessary for servers. It's an epic power. It's one of a kind. And once a person has this power, I hope they're online often, otherwise your server is not going to have much of an economy. Because this dude can craft things that normal people can't. For example, let me just search here for Reinforced Deep Slate. He can craft Reinforced Deep Slate. He can craft music discs. Well, that one's one already people can craft. Let me find one that people can't craft. Yeah, he can craft any music disc. He can craft, power orbs. These are key for gameplay. I'll explain them to you in a second, but I'll show you some other things he's able to craft. He is able to craft, not everyone's able to craft that. Bundles. He's able to craft bundles. He's able to craft, skull catalysts. One sec. Enchant gold apples. He's able to craft them. He's able to craft... Yeah, he's able to craft lots of things people normally aren't able to craft. Can't remember them all. It's honestly quite hard to find the good ones. The interesting recipes. Oh, here we go. He can craft slime balls. Magma cream, he can craft that. He can craft fire charges, but I'm not sure if that was already a recipe. Oh. He can craft Hearts of the Sea. It's a pretty basic one. But the key point here is the power orb and his other special items. Let me just grab some special items that he can craft. Where did I stick that chest? I just used the trigger command to give me a new one. Give custom items. We'll give you all the custom items in the game. So here's these are all the items he has the unique ability to craft, except for this one. This one anyone can craft. These 3 anyone can craft. These ones only he can craft. So let me just show you them. Let's do the fun ones first. Number 1, there's Trigger TNT. Wait, no. Just throwable TNT. Fuck. Powers. He's able to craft horse armor. He's able to craft budding amethyst, all the banner patterns. He's able to craft frog lights, tridents, totems of undying, different slime ball recipes, reinforced heaps like saddles, dyes, for some reason. Frog lights, name tags, leather, hearts of the sea, quite a few things. Seems like I removed them all or some shit. I guess those are no longer in this version. I forgot that. Nope. Alright. Seems like I removed them. So that means this and this shouldn't work either. Yeah. I removed them for lag reasons. But there is versions of them you can find on my Discord. Separate versions of those items. You can find them if you go into miscellaneous data packs and you scroll up a bit. You can find blazing arrows, throwable TNTs, enderlinks, animal boxes, and netherite horse armor. So, get those if you feel like it. Anyway, but one special item he's able to craft is the power orb. The power orb is very important because, well, it allows you to randomize again. You have to randomize fully again, but you're able to randomize again, and that's very important. Because what if you get a bad power like strength, and you want a better one? Then you gotta find his power orbs, and he can craft them. He can craft power orbs. Now let me just get the crafting recipe for power. I lost the power. Crafting table. Power orb. Yeah, this is the crafting recipe for a power orb. 4 enchanting books of any kind, 4 blaze powder, and a fire charge. You can also find them hidden in loot chests in the end. Those are the only 2 places you can get power orbs from, but finding power orbs in end cities are very rare, but you can do it. Power 33 is sacrifice. Let me just grab a pig here or something. Whenever I press primary, I link to something. Let me just get something here to try and kill this pig. I literally cannot kill it, no matter how much I try. Even the void can no longer kill this pig. Also, if you stand still, you see a particle wherever that pig is, no matter how far away he is, as long as you're in the same dimension as him. You can also press it again in midair to reset your link. I believe it has a range of 50 blocks. Anyway, but you're able to sense where they are all times, pretty much, with that low particle effect. And then second of all, what happens to that damage the pig receives? In fact, to give us instant damage. God damn it. Whenever you die or rejoin the game, it resets. Just summon the pig again. I link. Whenever you die or leave the game, it resets the link. But when the link's in place, that's a glitch. It's supposed to transfer all damage the pig receives to you. I think it's because I'm not damaging it. This should work. More glitches, yeah. Fucking worked 3 months on this data pack, and then there's still glitches I haven't found out. Maybe I'm using an old version or some shit. I don't know. The glitch is a feature. It makes someone immortal when you link to them. You have to die first. There. It's originally meant to make it so that any damage the pig takes gets transferred to you, but that's not working. And I'm not bothering to fix it because I spent, like, I don't know, 3 months making this thing. So 34 is damage transfer, which is a brother to sacrifice. It makes it so that 50% of damage done to you is done to the enemy. As long as it's less than 10 hearts. So as long as it's less than 10 hearts, if you get dealt 5 hearts, you only get 2.5, and the enemy gets 2.5 damage. That's basically this. 35 is self-destruction, a very fun one, but a very destructive one too. You hold shift in primary, you charge. If you let go, you explode with that explosive power. If you charge it all the way, some really big explosions occur. Let me just charge it all the way for you to see. You can also use it mid-air to boost yourself, but you get damaged by the explosions you create, so I wouldn't recommend it. Yellow. Oh, you also begin to glow as you're charging up, and you create large sounds for everybody to hear. So everybody will know when you're charging up. Red. We're getting close. Yeah, that's how big of an explosion you can do at max power. Though you're going to die in it. You are affected by your own explosions. You can also make power powder that makes the person self-destruct, basically. Let me just get blaze powder here. You gotta charge it. Oh, you gotta left click while holding it. You get self-destruction power powder. If you are not a self-destructor, then you left click this, you create a small explosion. 36. We're nearly there. There's only 40 powers. Ghost. When you press primary, you enter your ghost form. You're able to fly. You're able to go through walls. And yeah, you're able to deactivate it and activate it whenever you like. You're basically Danny Phantom. I believe you also get... You can still take damage while in this form, I believe, so... But you can't attack anyone while in this form. Like, literally. You can't attack while like this. You can also fall through bedrock, so... Don't. Oh, that's neat. Diamonds, you know. I think this power is really good, honestly. Especially for mining. Anyway, next up is 37. I'm in survival mode. Shield. When pressing primary, you create a shield around you. One sec. bow. Come on. What's the button again? Even this one's broken. This one's a basic one, bitch. Why is it broken? It worked on the fucking server. It's supposed to freeze arrows midair when they hit the fucking shield. Telekinesis is a really good one. I hope this one isn't broken. Summon some pig. Please don't tell me this one's broken. It's really cool, that one. 40. Last one. Super speed. Alright, this one can't break, can it? No, it can't. Alright. Super speed means the longer you run, the faster you run. If you get fast enough, you can even run on water. Once you're running on water, then you can really go fast. If you go even faster, you can light yourself on fire. That takes quite a bit of work, though. If you go even faster, you can run on lava too. So you go very fucking fast after a while, to such a point that crouching is the only method that will actually allow you to steer. It's actually a very fun power. As you can see, very fast. Kinda hard to control, actually. Yeah, this one's one of my favorites, definitely. You know, you go very fast. It's kinda cool. You also have step assist, too, so you can easily run on land. It's best if you turn off auto jump for it. And oh yeah. That's basically all my powers. I'll review some of the information for admins to know at the end here. / trigger op menu. You'll get a menu showing all the options for all my data packs. You can click open menu here, and you can see all the one-of-a-kind powers and whether or not they're taken, and make them taken or untaken. So you can disable power. For example, you don't want anyone having red eyes, so you set taken. Then you can trigger op menu again. Click that, click open menu, and it'll change it. So now red eyes is taken. You can set it untaken. So yeah, for all the powers you can do that. And then you can reset at all, reload, which just opens the menu again. So now it's not taken red eyes. So yeah, that's that. That's like the only admin option though, so I'll be on the commands to set your power to whatever you want. And list all the powers and give you all the items. Speaking of items, let me make sure I've shown all the power powders off. There used to be a ghost one, now there isn't. Space Manipulator is a power powder. I forgot about that one. With it, you can teleport where you're looking. That one's Space So yeah, that's Space Manipulators. Fire Breath does that. Gold Touch does that. Self-Destruction you've seen, Gravity you've seen. And then Neutral Power Powder doesn't exist anymore. So, that's all the power powders here. You can also craft blazing arrows and netherite horse armor. So, netherite horse armor, you just grab a smithing table. And do it how you think you would, with netherite and diamond horse armor. Netherite horse armor. Then with blazing arrows, it uses, I think, blaze powder and blaze rods, I think, or obsidian and blaze rods, something like that. And anybody can craft them. And blazing arrows explode on impact and burn up in water. They don't work either. Oh. Did he even do this? No. It seems like all my items are broken projectiles. Anyway, that's basically that. I don't know what's going on with all those bugs. Maybe use a younger version, or make sure that you got the right mods. I think, yeah, so. I wish you luck with using it. I managed, thanks a lot to a certain server here. I'll put the Discord link to it in the description. It helped me a lot get things set up for this and test it. So this server, you can see the Discord server, Vibe City. I believe they still have the datapack on it, but I don't know. But yeah, that's that. Anyway, that's all. I think this datapack's cool. That was my review. I hope it wasn't too boring. Goodbye. And stop recording.